Jeff Hoffman finishes it off.
All right, we want it all, and we could be getting it tonight in Game 6 across the 6 fans right across the country are hoping this will be a Halloween to remember, a World Series title for our Blue Jays for the first time in 32 years. Good morning, Toronto. Hope you're excited and ready for Halloween and World Series Game 6. Thanks for joining in to watch us, CP24 Breakfast this morning. I'm Jennifer Shung. We've got team coverage of the World Series, which begins this morning with Courtney and Nick. I know that Nick is solo inside right now as Courtney positions outside to speak to some commuters, people talking about how excited they are for the game tonight. But Nick is down at the Toronto Marriott City Centre Hotel. And Nick, it was interesting what Hugo said earlier when you interviewed him, that he's actually hoping for a Game 7 because he likes that tension. And hey, we do get another night of baseball, but I think a lot of people are down to the wee bits of their fingernails and toenails, in my case, and they're done with the anxiety.
Yeah. Going to move on from the toenails comment and just focus on the baseball for sure, Jen. Yeah, exactly. You know, Game 6, I think most fans really want to see this end in Game 6. I think the only fans that I've spoken to who want to see it go Game 7 have a ticket for Game 7. It's the hottest ticket in town, Game 6 or Game 7 for sure. But Game 6 is tonight. Game 6 is the focus, and Game 6 is why we're here, because we've got this incredible clinching opportunity for the Toronto Blue Jays. First time in 32 years. And yeah, we're live here in Legends Lounge, inside the Marriott Toronto City Centre Marriott. The field is right behind us here. You can rent this event space, throughout the year. Not tonight. It's booked. It's booked for Game 7 as well. You couldn't get in if you tried. But it is remarkable just to be here, to see this field, to see the preparations underway here at the Rogers Centre, the World Series banners on the field. It's just, you can feel there's an enthusiasm. There's almost an expectation, I think, that this is going to be the night for the Toronto Blue Jays. And what a series this has been. I mean, watching Vladimir Guerrero Jr., what he's done for the Toronto Blue Jays in this series, leading the team with his bat, with his motivation, after that 18-inning loss on Monday night. Remember Monday night? I guess it was really Tuesday morning our time. He went into the locker room and said, guys, we're going to turn on some music. We're going to pump things back up. It's one game. We can turn this around. The Jays did turn it around. I mean, he hadn't hit a home run. Suddenly, Vladdy's back gets hot, hits a couple of dingers in the last couple of games. And here we are. We're back with that. But tonight, of course, we're going up against Yamamoto, the Dodgers star pitcher who pitched a brilliant complete game in Game 2 of this series. Absolutely remarkable. Really flummoxed those Jays batters. So, is he going to be better for tonight? Is he going to be better tonight? Or are the Jays going to be better prepared to face Yamamoto? That's the big question. They've seen him once, and they saw him for the full game, so they know what he's got. They know how he pitches. You heard Rich Griffin there when we talked to him, in the last half hour saying, typically the Japanese pitchers are used to pitching on more rest. Will that be a factor that goes well for the Jays? Let's kind of hope so. In the meantime, both managers, of course, have been talking ahead of the games as they do have to do their media avails. Here's a little more from Dave Roberts and John Schneider about the Jays, the Dodgers, and the feeling going into tonight's crucial game.
I was impressed with just kind of the back and forth that was happening and the not getting too high and kind of getting ready to get on a bus and get on a plane and come back here and get ready to play. So the vibe was good, but it was nothing different than what it has been this season. I actually texted my wife and she said, hey, how are you doing? And said, are you having fun? And I said, I'm actually kind of calm, which is weird. You know what I mean? It's just after 3 days like that in an 18-inning game, I felt pretty calm. It was just like, all right, put on your headphones, watch a movie, have a beer, and kind of just chill. So it was a normal plane ride.
I'm in good spirits. Our coaches are. What better way to win the World Series in Game 7? But we got to win tomorrow. And the thing that's encouraging for me is I know I gave our players an option to not work out today because of, the long series and 18 innings and travel and all that stuff. And not one guy took the option. So that was pretty exciting for me and just speaks to where these guys are at, that, they realize that the job's not done, and we're going to keep going and keep fighting.
I'm trying to imagine what that would be like in the locker room if there was a player who decided, you know what, no, I'm good. I'm not going to work out ahead of Game 6. That'd be pretty remarkable. And John Schneider's comment, Jen, talking about being calm, I think that's kind of easy for him to say. We've talked to a lot of sports psychologists and professional athletes. They're the ones in control. It's the fans who are anxious because we don't have that control. We don't have that training and commitment that they have. So they're the ones out there executing. They've got to feel calm if they want to do it. They're used to this pressure. It's a privilege. We'll see how it goes tonight out on the field here at Rogers Centre. It's going to be so exciting. Game 6, first pitch, of course, just after 8. Jen, back to you.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Nick, because when I'm sitting in the back of an airplane, I don't have control of flying that plane. So all the all the fear, the turbulence, but the pilot's perfectly chill. And that's what these players are. They're chill,
exactly.
they're focused, they're breathing, and hopefully they play some good baseball, but also have fun, because baseball is a fun sport. Okay, Nick, great job. We're going to check in with you later. Thanks so much.